He said old Larry Carson was looking for him for years and years.
Yeah, he did. Oh. Yep, old Carson was a pretty good shoe back in the day. Yep. Got y'all way in the air. Way up in there.
I can't tell how much water to put in there.
Put it all the way up to the where them holes are in the back of that pot. If you can. There's two holes right at the very top on each side.
Oh, up all the way up there by the hinge? Lee?
Yeah. That'll make a full pot.
He's there. I'm assuming that's good water back there.
Yeah, if it's in a jug, it will be. If it ain't, we'll figure it out here after a while.
How many of these cups? I guess that's a measure.
Let's see, I usually do about 3, spoons. Over there.
Oh, I've seen.
Yeah, you probably do 2 of those. Yeah, it's just. Put too much in there and it'll boil over.
Here we go. We can have a full pot.
Full pot. There. Got that camera sticking way up there. Might take angle that light just a little bit, right in the way. I don't know that I can. I'm gonna take that stick right there, move it.
Dustin Rayall says, "What's up, boys? Shop full of cars."
Yeah, definitely got a shop full of cars. Oh, we just fiddling in here tonight. Trying to get that light where it won't be shining.
That ain't too bad.
Yeah, that's a lot better there. So, we're trying to get fire going. Well, actually got one going. Put a little heat in the shop, and it's near as bad tonight as it has been. So, it's, yeah, it'll get good and hot here a little bit. I just ain't got near the cedar in there tonight. But it'll get in there. Alright, I bet you we cut this joker up. Throw a piece in there every little bit, she'll get hot.
Get melting and running out on the floor.
Yeah, these old winter tubes will just basically just catch fire burn. But get too big, boy, it'll make melt your stove down.
Well, just keep it getting.
All we had to do was patch that. Let's patch that. Patched up. That worked. Yep. What y'all doing tonight?
Ain't no fixing this now.
Ain't no patching that one. Like, wow, we get to jumping in a minute.
Hang on, let me hold it.
Come up, see. You'll hear it. Just a minute. She's gonna get hot here in a minute. What are they working on? Way over there. Well, we got comments over comments here. Let me get this down where I can read y'all's comments. All right, who all we got in here now? Dustin Riley, what's up? Lightning looks good. Justin Powers, what are they working on way over there? Well, we was cutting up an old inner tube. Stephen Paul, buying more stuff or crap I don't need. Yeah, hey, we've all been there. We have all been there. We did get in here and tack his floor pan in the other night. We still got to make some more here. If you notice, we did get our angle brace in I was talking about doing. Got that done. So we do have angle this way under the floor and angle this way tying in. I didn't get it exact right there, but that's close enough. Lone Ranch Garage says, hello everyone. Justin Powers retracted a comment. Dustin said not working on mine tonight. I need a break. Hey, I know what you mean. Know exactly what you mean. Yep. We still need to do a little bit on this thing. Try to finish it up. And probably going to add a piece of pipe from here up to here. Somewhere. Maybe just right there, because I'm going to do one the same way on the other side. Because this hole there is a good place to add one. We're going to cut these right there, cut them all flat, and weld them solid. And if they don't like it, we'll just have to cut them off, go get some stock ones, weld them back on. So we do have stock mounts for here to go on. We got to cut all this off, add that back. That's $145. Yeah, need to finish this car up. One of these days, we'll get back on this, finish it. I got to pull the carburetor apart, clean it. It wasn't running right. This car Matthew's been working on. He's got the body basically almost done. He's still got to rivet everything together. Everything's just kind of just sitting there. And he built roof, everything. He's got sails. You can see right here. That's one of them. I think the other one's right there, I think. So right over there. But he's got both sail panels, both on each side, both A-pillars. He's got all the deck. I think he may still be, I don't know if he's built this center section or not, because he's this one's going to be coming out. It'll make that panel where it comes out, and Greer has a panel we're going to put in right there to flip open to put fuel in. So one of them trap doors. Yeah, that's the sheet metal we've got left over there. He did say that they were going to be buying the side panels from Day Motorsports. I think the MD3 composite side panels like Matthew put on his, and they're going to have Matthew put those on as well. So they've got a hood and a nose for this car. So we didn't have to build that, but everything else will be complete whenever it leaves here, and it's pretty close. So I think they said this was a 2022 IRP. So is that Camaro or Firebird for Circle Track Racing? Yeah. I don't know if it's Camaro or Firebird. That we call them Camaros, but it's all, the only thing that's stock on this thing anymore is the floor pan and the frame rail, firewall, frame rail, and rear clip under here. But if you can see, ain't much of that left. So it's just been cut out. Floor pan's been cut out, nothing but bars and everything. So we call it a Camaro. So as you can see, the body panel matches. So it's aluminum doors, aluminum quarters. So We got to get something, get on here and get all this off. This looks kind of trashy. Got to get the number off of it. We do have fenders, hood, and nose piece. Well, the nose piece right up there. But a couple days of work on this and it'll be ready. So maybe, well, I say a couple days. If we got to work on it right now, it wouldn't take very long. So we'll get on it one of these days. You know anyone with a blow-proof bell housing? I need one. Mine tapers too fast for a stock clutch kit. The only person I might know might be Greer, Justin Greer. Very possibly might have one. I was looking for a sticker. Had his phone number on it. On the other side, I think. Has it got a? Yeah, it's got his phone number right there. Greer Racing Parts and Fuel. That's his phone number. 501-556-2012. Tell him Russell Merriman sent you. Outfits Garage. He'll know exactly who you're talking about. But if there's anybody that has around that has a blow-proof bell housing, he might have one. So one of the fatter ones. So because I think that's what we got in there is one of those big, the old big one.
He said he knows him.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we got one of them old big. I call them a fat one. Old kind of gold anodized. So anyhow, matter of fact, we bought this car from him. It's been 4 years ago.
Yeah. And he never raced a drag
I hadn't never been down a dirt track yet since we've had it. We've took it to Sykeston, Missouri and ran it down drag strip. First year for the inaugural No Name Nationals. We ran it down the strip twice. And we had the motor in it. That's in that S10 right now. See, that's the trophy right there from when we did our burnout competition, as you can see. Did that in that S10 with that little 327 that we had built for this car when we took it to Sykeston the first time, and we did a burnout competition and won that joker. So anyhow, yep. I need to get back on this. If anybody knows anybody looking for a factory stock, we're gonna have one for sale. This one won't be new price for sure, but it'll be a good car. I wouldn't be afraid getting in it. Like I say, we moved everything forward. It was a modified sport mod, but we've cut it and moved everything forward in it. Made it factory stock legal. So anyhow, got to do a little bit more work on it. And I might. So what are you working on? That we're thinking about working on this, but at the same time, I've got two trailer tires sitting right there, and I got a wheel right there, rusty and crusty. Goes on my little Datsun. What is that? It ain't Datsun, is it? It's a Dodge. A little Dodge D50 bed outside. I got a little Dodge D50 truck bed trailer. And I need to take it right there, wire brush, and work on this thing so that we can get tar on. That may be what we do here real quick. Let me set you up somewheres where you're not, where I'm not in y'all's way too bad, but I do need to get on that. I keep going by it and not getting anything done. Let me see if I can wire brush a little bit. We'll get this, I'll be halfway there. It needs this one on and another one on. How in the world you put two right-hand gloves on? That ain't gonna work. I'll get that coffee here in just a second. Probably need to cool off a minute. Fresh hot. Here it goes.
Said, oh man, he said, look to see who's on. He said, don't have time to hang. I had to at least say, hey.
Hey, all right, Cat.
I'll check back with you.
Good to have you in here. Should have done that the other day, or wait till Saturday. Whew. Mercy. Should have done that coming Saturday. Now we're gonna do this the hard way. Mount this tire the hard way.
I like the hard way.
It's cheaper. I know that.
But if there's somebody out there in the YouTube land that wants to sponsor us a new tar machine, we would sure take it.
We'll take it. Won't argue about it. We even advertise for you. Got plenty of people laughing at us for doing it the hard way. The way I see it is, it ain't necessarily the hard way, it's the old way.
I had a new other valve stem, maybe valve core.
Yeah, I got one right here. Yeah, I'll get that on this side. Hit it on that one, but sure. A little bit rusty around that. Might not seal.
Put a little grease on it.
It's gonna get. A little grass. Just a little bit of grass on here. Maybe this thing will take.
You did stick that out through the valve stem out through the outside of the tire.
Yeah, I'll make sure I put it in from the outside, yeah.
Put the stem in from the outside.
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Let's see it. It's in. It's all the way in there. Gotta be. I won't be painting that wheel for a while. I'm gonna leave it rusty. But we're gonna do this. Old school trick. Nobody knows that now, do they?
No, you're supposed to get that tar wax,
Yeah,
tar grease.
that black tire compound.
And just take it by the handfuls and put on there and then
Yeah,
scoop it back off, put it in the bucket, back in the bucket.
yeah, tar soap. See, they got some stuff now that you put on there, it's black, like this. It's, I forget exactly what they call it, bead sealer or something, but anyway, this right here does the trick. Oh boy, I cannot remember his name, save my life. We worked for Lyles Marsh back in the day. But pretty good old boy, a little bit goofy. We got to know him pretty good because he's always at all them USMTS races. I tell him one time, well, I went over there one time, he was mounting some tires for somebody in his trailer. Somebody bought some tires, they brought him wheels, he's mounting them up. He put Gojo on them, pop them out. And I said, won't you use the PB blaster? He said, what? You can't do that. I said, oh yeah. I said, that's what we always use. I said, we used to use it, Gojo. I said, but we found that with Gojo, it wouldn't pop out near as easy. I said, when we use PB blaster, I said, it just pops right out. And I said, when it sets, I said, it kind of makes almost like a glue. I said, it almost glue the tire to the wheel. He said, you can't put petroleum products on rubber and make it last. He said, you know what it does to it? I said, I don't care what it does to it. I said, it works. He said, you can't. I said, we've been doing it. He said, you gotta be kidding me. I said, yeah. So I'm just telling you, it works. And he didn't believe me, but I told him. He come by there one time and I was putting one on. He said, you are doing it. I said, yeah. I tried to tell you. That's what we do all the time. Put PB blaster on them things. I said, it pops right out. He said, I never thought it. He said, that petroleum and that rubber deteriorates the rubber and causes it to deteriorate. I said, but how long does it take it to do that? I said, we don't have these tires on these wheels no longer about 3 weeks, and we're pulling them off, putting another tire on. He said, well, you got a point. I said, I'm just telling you, it works. And back in, we had them safety beads. Right. Had to throw 65-pound air in the tire to get it to pop out. You lucky it didn't break the bead getting it over the safety rim. So, all right. Well, I ain't got no PB blaster. I do have some of this. That hammer right there is the hammer we used putting race car tires on them wheels for a long time. Now these are an 8 or a 10 ply tire. And a little bit stiffer.
J-Ride Custom says hello everyone.
Put it down. Down right there. Alright. Come off. Put it right there. Spin around on me. Now then. Yeah. Probably right there. Yeah, you did. That's probably enough there. Just run it up one minute. Stiff.
Need warmed up.
Yeah, it's gonna go. Stiff. Yeah. We got this now.
Get it going our way in there.
Yeah.
Get this in here.
There it is. Right there. Good work. It's already popped out. Popped out, ready. J-Ride Customs said hello.
What out there and just that other one?
All right. Here. Another machine. Going in there cold. Got them off the marketplace. $75 per pair. Little old. Well, I'm gonna do that just fine. That's there.
It's like you're gonna be running a 40 days.
What's that date? 17 or 12? I'll make that. Boy.
That'll be pretty good, that
Need more air, I put it in it.
got a little job done.
That'll look better. And they got a little bit of rock crack in it. See right there. Got a little rock crack. Yeah, just don't trailer. All that lasts a couple of years anyway. Yeah. No more than years. Is that piece not made square? Coming back. Need something out here. Little brace or something, put in, come up here, bolt in right there or something. Something to pull it forward. I know they make them rip out, but I mean. Whenever he gets that other piece in here. Yep. Supposed to be nice this weekend. I think 70 degrees. 69 or 70 Friday.
Guess I can't say that really hurt my feelings.
No? We're gonna get more cold wood, cold weather, we're gonna have to get some more firewood. We're about to run down firewood. That's set in here instead of burn paper. Chunks of tires or something.
Try to run over to Augusta. Or Augusta,
Mm-hmm.
Ward
Yeah.
Bottoms.
Now, where at the bottom? Ain't that, well, there ain't no water down there no more.
You know? I've been running for everybody.
We're fishing. Put one of them offices just set up there in last fight.
But think of all the campers they're saying.
Yeah.
They go in there and clear cut all of it.
Tony Robertson said, "Watch the covered wagon." So I guess that'd be a modified. Somebody speaking Arabic said hi. This is a 2022 IRP modified.
Just,
Oil filler, rear end filler.
Time to go to the cave, I'm sure.
That ties the rear end. I need to ask him what he wants to do there. But he ain't gonna run this rear end. But he probably will use a rear end filler. So, I guess first should do there. down to the top.
Cleaner, probably.
Yeah. Might have a hole saw that big to cut that inner circle. Where that is.
I trust. Let's see.
I
I trust the holes are
That'd work. You gotta, you'd have a hole, a drill. I mean, you gotta,
well, actually,
you see, you do a 4-inch hole, it'd be a lot smaller than this. It'd be 4 inch. It'd be right there, and then you can take, set that down in there, and when you bolt it up, it kinda
try it.
and flare it down.
Try a hole saw and some of these. You just sit there and spin over the cut through.
Dean Stevenson
Just keep it.
he said, I'm here because you all pray for my friend. They so welcome y'all.
Dean Stevenson,
Yeah.
well, good to have you in here.
And Tony Robertson says, okay, nice. He said, I didn't see it all till just now.
Yeah, Tony, that's not our car, it's a customer car, so Matthew's building a deck and, basically gonna put a body on it. Doing all the deck work, the roof work. He's got the rear sail panels that goes on the back, it goes from the roof down. He's got the front A-pillars that comes down here. So, all that, so it'll be pretty cool when it's done. It's gonna look good. So. When we get some better weather, probably this weekend, if me and Mama Outfit don't go out of town Thursday night, I'll probably be outside working on the other car. I got 4 bars put back in it. I gotta finish that up, so run out of room in here. So gotta finish this car, finish that one, the one outside, need to finish that one. And I'm standing here drinking a cup of coffee. About out, matter of fact. I'm about to go get some more.
Stevenson says, nice to be here, sir.
Good to have you. How's the weather down under? It's been colder and cold here. Been too cold. You can see there, the car looks a lot better now. You got that set up there, and the A-pillar put on. As soon as the side panels get here, they're coming in from Day Motorsports. It'll be looking more like a race car. So,
Dean Stevenson says, I like that car. He says, your mama would be proud. Nice work.
yep, well, I sure thank you there, Dean.
He said, all of them look great. Jamie Mooney's in here.
Yep, thank you there, Jamie.
Good on the
Appreciate it. Yeah, this is actually Justin Greer and Todd Greer's car. You may have already known that, but we're doing I say we, like we got a mouse in my pocket. Matthew's been doing this work. Been doing some good work too. With a homemade sheet metal brake. He can do that kind of work with homemade tools. And think what he can do with a real sheet metal brake. So.
David Stevenson says it's no longer raining today. He said it's 72, quite warm and sunny today at 3:14 p.m.
3:14 p.m. Wednesday. Well, you're a long ways ahead of us. That car's light. Matthew's picking the front end up off the ground. 72 degrees, sunny at 3:14 p.m. Wednesday. Well, it's Monday at 8:15 here p.m. So you're almost 2 days ahead of us. I didn't realize you was that far ahead. I guess it is almost 24 hours. Somebody said hi. I can't understand your language. What color? Let's see. What motor does that thing usually have? It would have a 350 based engine, 350, 355, something like that would be going in it. One-eyed cat, said Dean, he's talking to Dean there. Jamie Mooney says, are the Greers running IMCA? They are going to run the outlaw stuff, USRA stuff, wherever they can. Probably the whatever USRA is, it's kind of the little bit more open outlaw kind of stuff. He may run a little IMCA stuff, but he's mainly trying to go just wherever he wants to go. So.
Who plays are 27 is what class?
Yeah. Stevenson said that's, let me get my glasses where I can see what you said here.
Stevens Paul said, such not a Arabic, Russell. He said, that's ancient Arkansas.
Ha! That's Arabic. It's not Arabic, it's ancient Arkansas, yeah? I guess you got that right. That's about how I look, my handwriting looks when I write stuff. So there is a language summary in white beside. Okay. I hadn't looked at that. All right. Yep. Oh me. Well, we just peddling tonight, like we always do. Seem like we never get anything done. We peddle.
Been so cold, we're trying to recoup.
Yeah, it's been too cold. Last week we didn't get a live out. It was just too cold. Where do they run USRA around it? Well, I say USRA. They're going to run probably Harrisburg mainly. And I think they kind of follow a USRA style rule, I think. So it's outlawed, but they kind of follow the.
I think it's just unsanctioned IMCA, and then
Is it unsanctioned IMCA?
I think they just get to run American Restaurant Career or something.
Okay.
One-eyed cat says, wife Wendy's home from work. He said, I can go to bed now. Have a nice day.
Well, good night, one-eyed cat. Have a good one.
And Texarkana runs USRA.
Yeah. Springfield, Missouri,
Memphis.
and Memphis. They talked about running Plummerville if they run. They may run Centerville some. I don't know that they're going to go to Diamond Park. I've had a lot of people trying to get me to go to Diamond Park with the mini stock. Even the old boy that running the track tried to get me to bring the car down, and I said, probably not. Not anything against them. I got too much going on. I ain't got enough time. So, probably gonna let somebody else have that, so. Dean Stevenson says, you make sure she don't fold the whiteware. You'll have to buy her an English wheel. Yep. Throw the heavy starch to it and fold it. Yeah, Diamond Park's a little bit too far to go, even for an old traveler. It's just too far, too hard to get to. It'd be like going flipping. Take you 3 days to get there.
Down there earlier, Dustin Ridley. I'm pretty sure that's the guy that's real good friends with Chris. And I'm Vern.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I've talked to him on Messenger. But yep. Anyhow, I'll show y'all this homemade sheet metal brake. We're gonna rebuild this thing or find a good one. This is a homemade joker. This is an old wore out grater blade. Okay. When you get off the freeway, it's like you're just getting started. Exactly. This old thing, we built it because we needed something to bend some sheet metal with. And I took a piece 2 inch by quarter angle and some 3/4 square tubing. Made this and put this old wore out grater blade on here. The only problem is my springing mechanism, it didn't work good. I had hinges on here, that didn't work. Just had to take them off. But now it's kind of a pain. So we're going to redo it. This all needs to come off. All this right here needs to come off. All of that stiff bracing. And this needs to come in here at more of an angle to come down instead of flat. And that way, and more of a handle on here coming down. Maybe make this come down and come straight across and weld into that right there. And make a longer handle you can get a hold of anywhere. And this needs to be where you can raise it up and down real easy to get it up to where you can slide your sheet metal under it and then clamp it down. You know, we don't have a cam lock of any sort, you know, to be able to put on that because it's homemade. So, we just need to put like a bolt system, a jack system right here, but this needs to come up at an angle. So we gotta work on that a little bit. So, just a little. As you can see, this is all homemade, but your pivot pin has to be right dead center of that for it to work right. So, dead center of this, so that when you turn it, it works. If you don't have that centered, it won't work. But it works fine for bending just like 90s and 45, stuff like that. But when you need to do a hem, to fold your hem over, you can't flatten it like you need to because this is in the way. This isn't at the right angle to be able to set up here where you can set it up here and fold it over, you know, and hem, pinch your hem. And right now, he bends it as much as he can right here and then brings it over here or on the floor, one of the two, and sets with a block of wood and a hammer and taps it down. It's a little bit of work. So we'd like to get a real brake. 8 foot, need a 8 foot if we can get one. 10 foot would be real nice, but an 8 foot's basically all we need. So those are about 2,000.
Somebody posted one yesterday for
500. Where's it at, you know?
I'll look it up here in a second.
Yeah, I might get on here in a little while and look, see if we can find something.
$500, you probably put 500 in, I mean, less than that into that one, would probably be working.
Yeah, but if we can get one like more of a real one, it sure would be. That way you could put it in there and clamp it and, you know, take some sandpaper and some WD-40 and work it over and, you know, clean it up if it needs it.
Then you see this progressive non-90s like that.
What is it?
Progressive non-90s are like that. My late father's shop techs had a hydraulic brake, so did the electrical shop I worked in. Okay. Yeah, Matthew ran a one of those electric, it's computerized, wasn't it? One of them brakes up there at the sheet metal shop where he used to work. He used to work at a shop that made this metal roofing, and he did trim work, and they put him on making all that trim, and so he kind of understands the aspects of all these unique bends and whatnot. So, we can't afford one of them $100,000 sheet metal brakes. No dog coming in around there. Let's see if he's over here. There's a trailer we're working on the tires for. Full moon tonight. Full moon. Chicken pens. It looks like it's on fire, but we got a heat lamp in there. It's not near as bright in there as you see on the camera. But yeah, that's how much snow we still got on the ground out here. Today's the first day it's been above freezing, and I don't know how long. We're sick of this. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. He's trying to come in. There he comes. He's going to get in that chair. There he went. Right in that chair.
That's my chair. What are you doing? That's my chair.
Neighbor's dog's big old pup. Yep. Oh, me. I need to do something. I need to do something. Let's see if I can do something. I don't know if y'all be able to see or not. Come on, boy. Get some of that big got going on, boy. Where are you going? You ain't got going on, boy. You want that? Where you going? Come
My
on.
mama might holler at me.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's get that chair. Let's get that chair. Let's get that chair. Come on. Get that chair. There you go. There you go. Got that chair. Got that chair. You want that chair? Lay down. Lay down there for a minute. I'll sit here with you. What you gonna do? You gonna sit right there? You ain't gonna get in my lap. No, no, no. 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 You won't be in my lap. Stay right there. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
It's already sold.
Huh?
Already sold.
He already sold it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was in Hot Springs anyway. It was a 6-foot one.
6 foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 foot would work for most of the stuff we do. For like that intricate work stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. We should have went and got that one old David had that time.
Oh, yeah, I kicked myself. That was an 8-footer. That was a nice sheet metal brake. I just didn't know if I wanted to drive 9 hours to get it. But should have. Oh, me. Well, let me see if I can make some plugs. Guess I can do that, can't I? Make me some plugs.
Billy Brett's in here now.
Billy Brett.
He said it's about time to get them cars ready. He said, I really need to get to work on Junior's car.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to get this one together. It'll be a little old factory stock when we get it done. We get that old Camaro. It's been in the shop for what, 5 years? Probably 5. I ain't never hit the dirt with that joker yet. We've hit the drag strip with it. But getting the body on that one for a buddy of ours. So we'll get that done. Matthew's doing that job. So we gotta try to get back on this. How's everybody doing up there around your town? Yeah, we all doing pretty good. All doing pretty good down here. Kim was telling me, talking the other day to Hattie, and said that her Aunt Dorothy was not doing good. So heard she wasn't doing no good. That's about all I know about that. But other than that, we're all doing pretty good down here. Draw some lines, cut some circles, so kind of make some plugs. There's that rat. Walking right through there. Guess it ran back. You got a nest up in here, I think.
Oh, Ricky out of RC Industries, says hello,
RC Industries. Good to have you in here.
A week or two ago was one come out of that chicken feed bag over there by the stove.
Yeah.
That's a piece of metal. I think that's it. I smacked it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Still got more in here.
Yeah, we need. Yeah, me and Doug sitting there by the wood stove the other night, one come walking down that gas pipe. Over and went right down the side of that.
I got a trap right up there by it. I don't know. They
Yeah.
got smart. There's one over there in
They
the
went
corner.
around it.
There's one over there. I've moved them back and forth. They're
Mhm.
smart. They didn't think they could see you.
Yeah. Yeah, it don't take them long to figure stuff like that out.
Quite a few.
See if I can do that. Burn some holes in my shoes. See what happens. Put this air in my holes in it. Got air over here. Yeah, just turn the valve back on the bottom, I think.
he says, well, he said they don't have a lot to do with Junior's car. He said it's about ready to go, but I do have a little motor work to do.
Yeah, a little bit of motor work left to do. Well, we got a little bit of everything to do. Matthew's car is in the trailer. It needs a little bit of rear end work done. Probably gonna run Batesville with it in the Midwest mods. And, motor's ready. Transmission was working fine. We finally got that going good. And then, we're gonna have to put a gear in it. That's what we got over here. I gotta set up, build a set of gears for that, for Batesville. I need to get started on another motor. I need to get another backup. We got a little old 305 here. It's just that's probably going to go in a street truck if I can find one. But, I'd like to build another good little, pretty decent little 305, 350 for that Midwest mod. So I got plenty of, I know, I just want to get a backup. So,
Probably won't have to run too serious.
yeah,
I ain't gonna run the points, you ain't gonna have it.
I ain't gotta be there every week, but I still like to get another motor together. I ain't gonna go all out on it. Yeah, we might do that. I got the crankshaft coming. He's got the crankshaft done, I just ain't been able to go get it for that little Ford motor.
Take that back. Valve down.
Yeah, that, and I need to order that part before I can get back on my valve grinder stuff. Need to take them heads and have them finished. So, as far as basic valve grinding work, I can do that, but that thing there's a little complicated to do 3 angles, so. Let's see what they said there, I can't read that. There's a lot to see it. Ghosty Plays, Bleach Bug, Crash on my end. I'm back and looking everyone again. Well, good to have you in here. Justin Powers says that looks like the same Harbor Freight engine hoist I used before. Those metal straps, in my opinion, are bad engineering. Should have been solid, non-flexing steel used instead of those straps. Well, that hoist is 30, well, no, it's 40 years old. My dad bought that 40 years ago when I was 15 years old. So,
It's been around longer than Harbor Freight.
yeah, I think it was around before Harbor Freight was made. So, yeah, those are 1/4 inch thick, 1.5 inch straps, and they've never moved, and we've picked up some heavy stuff with that joker. And that's the second cylinder on it. That's the first one lasted up until about 2 years ago. And it was still working, it was just leaking so bad, it was pitiful. So, we've even still got the same engine stand that Dad bought at the same time. OMG, big typo, LOL. I had a big crash. Okay, I was wondering what you was meaning. Had a big crash, but I'm back and hello again, sorry. Well, hope you're doing okay. I knew he hadn't seen you in here in a week or two. I'm gonna get over here and do a little bit of cutting. try to cut out some pipe plugs. See how this works. I ain't got no dark glasses. I don't know what I've done with them. So, we'll see. He's wanting out of here. He's out of here. He said he didn't want none of that.
I don't know what you're doing.
Huh?
You're supposed to have a jug of gas right underneath it.
What am I thinking? Where's that gas at? There's the gas jug right over there. That'd make good content. If anybody watched Mad Samples the other day, they were cutting on an old truck, cutting some bolts off on an old Chevy truck, and had a gas leak underneath it, and it caught fire. They got it put out before it burned anything up. Jeff McCord. Yay. His gas tank caught a fire or something.
He
Yeah.
showed up at the racetrack late.
He drove the 97 car. He had 97, Junior had 98, Kevin had 99, and Archie Sr. had 100. Yep. Just reach down there and grab them for me.
All right.
That's all right. I can't read it. My eyes are, all I see is yellow dots.
Well, Rick said I have to get me one of those. Billy said if y'all need anything, we can help. Just let us know. Good luck this year.
Okay, well, we sure appreciate it, Billy.
Justin Power said, I wonder if there's any tools on their wish list.
On our wish list, yeah, go to, well, I think my last video that I posted, my full-length video, if you'll go on there, I think I've got my wish list on there. So it's in the description. I didn't put it in here before we jumped on here, but I was started to and forgot when we got ready to start up. But if you go to my last full-length video, it's either in that one or the video before. It's in the description, the Amazon wish list. I've got all kind of stuff listed in there. If you want to contribute or help on that, just go in there and kind of scroll through. You'll find something. There's all sorts of all sorts of things in there. So we had these on here, but I've got one of these now, so don't necessarily have to have that anymore. We've got a tubing bender. I tell you what we could use. And I don't know that I've got it on my list, but I think I've got one of these on the list, but we need just the die. I think this is not I think this is what do you call it, 120 degree? I think it's 120 degree die for 1.5 inches. I need 1.25 inches, and I need 1 3/4 inches. On the 1 1/4 inches, I wouldn't mind having one of the, what's that, a 180 degree die. That's what I'd really like to have for 1 1/4 inches. And then 1 3/4 inches, just one of these 120 degrees is fine. So, but I need 1 3/4 inches and I need 1 1/4 inches. So, we get that, we'd be a lot better set up for bending tubing. And one of these days, I'm gonna get that swag kit that makes this hydraulic. But sure would be nice.
I got that said he races dwarf cars.
Races dwarf cars? Well, that's pretty cool.
And he asked, is that a dirt car?
Yes, sir. Dirt cars. That's we don't mess with asphalt cars. Simply, number one reason is we don't have an asphalt track. So it's just not feasible for us to have anything to do with asphalt. So if we had an asphalt track, I would probably have something to go around it. So I don't mind it. I've watched it all my life. So thought very seriously about trying to get something and Crown Vic or something taken to where's that Pensacola, wherever it's at, for the Snowball Derby next year. But thought very seriously about doing that.
I think weenies drive asphalt.
Asphalt's for getting there, right?
Just kidding.
That's what I've always heard. Asphalt's for getting to the track, they say. But
No, we ain't gonna be ready in 2 weeks.
no, there ain't nothing racing around here in 2 weeks. We could be ready, but there ain't nothing. There ain't no sense in getting that big hurt.
Fabrications says, 5 flags, 15 minutes.
5 flags, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay. Gotta get this turned around. Not easy. These wheels are just not made. Just a hit on everything.
Says, great to find this channel. I will be following.
Well, thank you. We just some old poor boys trying to beat out some fun. We're nothing special, I can promise you that.
It's a serious one, man. It's not too shabby.
Yep, we rebuilt that old car. It was basically ready for scrap. We cut it apart, cut all the bad bars out of it, and rebuilding it, making something out of it. Yep, appreciate it there, Rick. Yep. You got a what?
Got a few channels on this, got a few videos on this channel.
Vikings action. Yeah, I think I seen him. I think he's been on here before. I ain't for sure, but I may be wrong. But we'll definitely check you out.
Nice car.
Whose is that?
Viking action.
Oh, pretty cool. That's nice. He got a pretty nice car. That Vikings action.
Yeah, I'll put it in the camera again. What happened?
Son's car. That's pretty cool. They runs it. They the one runs the five flags? Or no, they run dirt. That's what it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Got a piece of pipe. Sit right here.
Southern. Southern.
This thing runs in my ear and I can't hear it.
Southern Raceway.
Oh, Southern Raceway. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. We want to come down there sometime. We go to Panama City Beach on vacation about every other year. We may try to come down there sometime. We do. We'll try to hook up, meet up or something. We're in Central Arkansas. sure you stay commenting over here, that way I can, I'll try to friend you, or follow you and subscribe to your channel. This way we kind of stay in contact. Because like I say, we go to Florida, we'll meet up, and, was last year, we went to, South Mississippi, just east of Mobile there, a Welding family racing place. Ran up to Skyler. I don't know if you know Leon, I'm sure you do. But,
he said that he has family, like he said, he's got family in Little
okay,
And the other guy said, okay, he says, I'm in south, he said, I'm southeast of Dallas.
okay,
North of the middle, southeast.
yeah. Southeast of Dallas, okay.
We used to run down there around, Roy City.
Yeah, we ran Roy City, we ran, Greenville, just right out of Dallas down there, Dallas Fort Worth area. I think we may have, I think there was a racetrack somewhere around Mesquite down there at that time. This back in the 90s.
I was asking, what class is that car? That one was the blue one.
Factory stock, pure stock. Factory mounts and all that stuff.
Right. Here. Better not. Yep.
That Martin listed up, he said Devil's Bowl was in Mesquite.
Yeah, I knew there was one there. I couldn't remember the name of it.
We'll see you later, Rick.
Rick's heading out.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you, Rick.
And that Vikings actually says that if you're asking about ours, Martin's is a pure stock.
Ah,
Okay.
probably about the same rules.
Probably pretty close to the same rule. I think they probably, pure stock down there, I think got to run like a 602 basically, or a equivalent.
Which we can run that and that too as well.
Yeah, we can run 602 in the factory stock, but the way the rules are up here, the factory, the 602s would be running in dead last. The way these guys run.
That Vikings actually said he's that same year, or city plant light on Thursday, guys. He said they're all real steady and tough, guys.
Yes, sir.
And when Martin found out that the Devil's Bowl closed down in 2023.
That's what I was thinking. They closed. Our old buddy Wayne Brooks won a race there back in the early 2000s. He was driving a modified. He drove the red and white with a blue number UFO on the door.
Shoot. Vikings actually says good night, guys.
All right, good night, Viking. We appreciate you.
And Martin Kowalski says Wayne Brooks was a beast back then.
Yep, that's our buddy. We traveled with him for a while. Traveled with him, learned a lot.
30 years worth.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to travel full time for about 2.5, 3 years. That was a trip. Matter of fact, I got one of his old door panels here when he was driving for Gene Sheets from Des Moines, Iowa. He drove those. That used to be Mark Noble's car back in the day. And the chassis was green, white body. The old Gene Sheets really liked them Pro chassis. And Mark Noble did. So that's where that come from. Here's a picture of him. Right there. Yep. I think I took that picture in Royce City. No, Greenville. Took that picture in Greenville, Texas. First time out in that car. How's Elizabeth Glover doing?
Randomly gave me that today.
Who did?
Donna.
Well, look at that other drill. That drill there is junk. Junk. We need some drills, y'all. Couple Harbor Freight drills would be fine. This no Porter cable here. Had that for years. We got batteries kept going bad on it, so we put a adapter and put a Harbor Freight battery on. Works just fine. 18-volt drill. Yep. Yeah, I know Mark real well. One of the last times I talked to Mark, the guy, Gene Sheets, that had bought, well, didn't buy, but hired Wayne to drive that green UFO, he didn't want to hire a pit crew. He didn't want to hire anybody to go along with him. So I'm walking through the pits at Batesville Motor Speedway. Mark Noble was there. Talked to him. I asked him if he needed any help, if he wanted somebody like me to come along with him. He said, Russell, he said, I'm going to tell you, he said, I would hire you on a heartbeat. He said, but I can't afford it. And he said, it's taking all I can do to get up and down the road. At that time, he was on his own. Yeah. And I went and talked to John Allen. He's out of Kansas. He's building some cars. Now, I messaged him here a while back, asked him how he was doing, and he said, hey, good to hear from you. And we kind of messaged back and forth there just a little bit, but he's building some cars, pretty good street stocks and factory stocks out there. I think it's USRA stuff out there in Kansas, maybe Power Eye, I'm not sure, but maybe IMCA stocks, I ain't sure, but I want to say it's USRA. He does good. I mean, he still races every once in a while. They're doing that here. We've got in his Midwest mod, I had just about all the parts for it. I think I bought the heads, and I got a good deal on the heads. We got to run the open chambered heads and that, and it's a 487 heads. It's supposed to be the best, 487, 487 Max, whatever. but, built everything myself. I've probably got $1,000 in it, so maybe. So, but it runs good. That motor
Right here.
right there.
Same thing as a factory stock motor, but this is a leaf spring class. And I ran just as fast as any of them out there. And it's $2,500 motor.
Yeah, $2,500 motor. We built everything. I think Wayne actually helped put it together, but we had all the parts.
He said the $2,500 shop package.
Oh yeah. Kind of the same thing here.
Yeah, we got 2,500 in our motor, where everybody else got that in their shops. And they want to know why racing's dying. I can tell you exactly why racing's dying. It's because of that stupid crap. Because racetracks, rule packages, and all that stuff allow for that. That's the reason why racing's dying.
He said, heck yeah, he said, Michael Lane right there. Camaro, yes.
Yeah, I like them on Camaros, but they won't run with the factory stocks up here. They just won't do it. I may try it. One of the best there is at Batesville tried it. Best he could do was third. And when he runs with the hobby class, which is a leaf spring class, he usually dominates it. But when it was same engine rule, same shop package, whole 9 yards, but then you go to the factory stock where everybody's running the Monte Carlos and you can't run well. So,
Well, this has also got a shock package rule on this car. You can only run one shock.
yeah.
AFCO 10 series, cheaper shocks.
Well, good deal. We appreciate it. Well, that would have worked. Somehow or other it got short. It wasn't misfigured. That's all right. I'll shorten it and bring it over here. Take the waste pipe. Let me check the other side before I do anything. Hey, that'll work. I can always shorten it and put it over here now. So I'll just save it for there. Make another one for the other side. Ken McFarlow. Ken McFarland. I don't know that I know that name. Gotta reimagine this. See what I did wrong. I know what I did. I didn't have a 3/4. Exactly what I did. Okay. Hueytown, Alabama game. That was, Neil Bonnet was from Hueytown.
He says, nice trophy, guys. Y'all deserve it. They had that big one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Neil Bonnet was from Hueytown.
He said, yes, sir.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, man. We have notched a bunch of pipe with that. And that is a Milwaukee hose saw. I don't mess with Harbor Freight hose saws. That's a Milwaukee hose saw. We've notched the whole race car so far. And does real good. Get that fitted. Maca. What is it? Mobile. Yeah, he's from Alabama.
He said, check out anytime, Mobile RV.
Mobile RV. All right.
And he says, keep up the great work, guys. Love what y'all do and from the heart. I grew up in junkyards.
We appreciate it. That's where we cut our teeth at.
And Martin Milkowski says Milwaukee is getting better and better with everything, and he says did y'all back half that car?
No, we what we did on this car was the roll cage was back here. This bar was back here. It was a sport mod, a Texas, Louisiana sport mod. And there's not a rule for that up here. We bought this car with the intention of cutting the cage loose and moving it forward. Well, when we did that, we found a bunch of bars that was bad. It's a pretty old car, so the frame rail was bent. Not when I say bent, it had gotten, it wasn't perfect straight. So we cut it out and put another piece of pipe in. We did that. We cut the cage loose, slid everything forward where we'll be factory stock legal now instead of a modified legal. When you do that, you gotta move everything around. We moved motor mounts forward, cut snout bars out, added these bars, this bar, put a new, A-post and this half of the halo in, cause it comes like this. Put 2 new down bars in it, right here. This bar, there's 2 more over there. All these bars are in here, put an X in it. Cut out the weight jacks. We're gonna weld these up solid. Cut these off and weld them up solid. And from there, I think we're just gonna put just a little bit of a fuel cell brakes back here to keep anything from hitting it. And other than that, we're gonna be getting this thing to paint. So, but no, we didn't back half it.
Bama Boy Tide says he's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Tuscaloosa, okay, yeah,
He said, or now in Tuscaloosa.
okay,
He said, I'm from Hueytown.
yeah. All right, well,
That's a family that was there.
yeah, my niece, my great niece and her husband and baby, her family, they live just out of Tuscaloosa right out of Tuscaloosa there somewhere, so, but yeah, we got family lives there. I got some family that lives up in Muscle Shoals, Florence, Moulton. I got some family that lives in Huntsville. Went down there for a family reunion 3 years ago, and I'm glad I got to do that. Took my mom, she passed away this year on Mother's Day. That was pretty tough, but we got to take her down there a couple of years ago to a family reunion. She got to get with all her sisters. Her brother passed away years ago, but at that time she still had like 6 sisters, and got to get a picture of them. That was really good.
He says that Bama Boy says, I own Anytime Mobile RV Repair LLC in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Okay.
He said, been operating 21 years. Small world, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell him to subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, subscribe, and that's pretty cool. I was just sitting there thinking, I had an aunt and uncle, my mom's aunt and uncle. It was his brother that lives in Huntsville, but that's who we went to his house down there to that family reunion. But
he's asking where y'all at.
we're in Central Arkansas. But that one uncle, him and his wife used to go pick up brand new RVs and take to different dealers around and would deliver RVs places. This is back in the late 70s through the 80s, all up through the 80s, up into the early to mid 90s. And I think he retired. He's passed on now, but he used to deliver RVs. So that's what him and his wife did.
He says, cool, man. He says, I got an aunt that lives in Huntsville.
Yeah.
He said, yes, sir. I know exactly from Elkhart.
Yeah.
I guess the Paul and Tamper.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what it was. He would go get the RV, his motorhomes. That's all he did was to go get them big motorhomes and drive them to wherever. But C.A. Burden was his name. I don't know what his real name was. Everybody just called him C.A. But Burden was his last name. So, but yeah. Anyway, small world. Let me get this cut off and I'll be right back with you.
He says he's got a 12-valve Cummins, 100,000 original miles, with an Allison transmission, trying to sell it, you know, in one 4500, 92 model.
Yeah?
Can drive it before you buy it.
Yeah. Well, if I had any money, I'd talk to him, but I ain't got no way in the world to buy nothing. I am what they call TAPED, or TAPPED. That's called tapped. So, be nice, but I just can't. Just let me see that grinder right there. I got some grind. So.
He said, yes, sir, he said, completely understand.
Wouldn't be too bad right there, will it? Fix that hole plus give a brace. Okay. Let's see if I can do that.
Said, want to talk sometime about getting a build. You know, nothing fancy, but like a car with a $2,500 motor, etc.
Be in touch when I do.
I can't hardly hear nothing that's banned right there. So, I have to tack this and tap it. I can get it.
We probably have maybe $4,500 in that car right there, and it'll probably win. I ain't bragging, but which the car was already built and we got it really cheap, so.
What are we, on right there?
Two.
Two, put it on one. All I need to do is plug in. Huh? Is it on the diamond or the money?
It's a present, so I think it's like,
If it ain't on the,
yeah, it's not money.
not a gift, or the diamond? Okay. We appreciate it.
He asked how long on a build with a rolling chassis you think?
How long it take to build? Well, if we have everything from start to finish, probably 3 weeks, because we're not really set up to do it full time, so. But if we had everything, we could probably build one in 3 weeks. We see that little square over there. Back up on 3. not real bad, about 275 a foot, 250, something like that.
You'll have to keep up with the phone, battery.
Nice. There's a charger over here. You want to charge it? Yeah, we may have to shut it down here in a minute because my battery's probably about dead. I'm just sticking that corner up. I'll have to get on the end and roll it up on the side with him. Check the phone, see where our 30%. Hurry. Did I smoke? No. Nope.
Smells ribs.
Only thing we smoke is ribs. We don't do none of that stuff. We'll pray for you though. Pray you get delivered from that. That stuff's no good for you. There or not. Over here, maybe. A little better view, maybe. Yeah, I've got a piece right here already. So. Yeah, I'm gonna make one that comes right in here somewhere and come around or something. Gotta have something to keep somebody from getting into the back. Well, I need a marker right over there.
thought that was black.
It's,
the same
it,
thing.
it works.
Supposed to be. Was that the one you used yesterday in the house?
Yeah, it's probably still at the house. I had it down here and forgot. When we get this cut, I'll be back. We get this and welded in, I'll probably get ready to shut it down because my battery's getting low. Look at that. Almost like I cut it to fit. You'd think I'd cut that to fit or something. Right in there. Now when I grind it and clean it up, it's probably gonna be too short. Appreciate it. We trying. Hey, bring that light. Let's see. Let's do this right here. I don't want that to fall. Maybe that right there. How about that? Clean this up a little more. You know. There. Got it. Now swap it back down to 1 on the weld or heat. Ready? Got plugged. Run that bend pipe off up there now. Somehow, half inch short. Somehow that's short. We'll have to work. Where?
That's where it was. Yeah, right there. But
All right. That thing came loose from me. Are we back on 3 again on there? I think it might have been a problem. Ready? Okay, now it's stuck. Thing. Do it square again. Keep moving on me. Ain't getting attacked. Looks like I just learned how to weld. Put me on two.
All right.
I had a little gap.
No,
Huh?
on this side, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit of gap. I ground it, cleaned it up, cleaned it too much. Dang it. Whew, burnt through my glove.
Get warm in there.
Got hot. A little bit more warm. It did. Like I went to Votech, trying to learn how to weld. Would you like run see that spot over? What happens when you get old? Can't see. We got that. See like that. side. Alright, that's good welding. Alright, I'll just turn it from the other side, 'cause that'll be right in the eye from there. It's hard to do, an old man. See. Guessing. You got it though.
Crawl under it, lay on your back.
Yeah, right underneath it. I think I got it. Yeah, it's welded. There. We got 2 bars done tonight. We're burning it up. I'll do another one like this. That's if I put bars in, I ain't gonna reuse bars because that's aggravating. Have to grind them, clean them up. Yeah. I'll figure something out. Anybody comment?
No.
I can't see nothing here.
How many's in there?
You're on 3%. I don't know how I went. It was literally on 30% 10 minutes ago.
3.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to get off here. My battery's dead. We appreciate everybody jumping in. Y'all check in next time. Hit that subscribe button, like button, comment. We appreciate each and every one of you jumping in here. It's Russell here before my battery dies. Russell here saying God bless you. Jesus loves you. Outfits Garage is saying keep a hammering, guys.